Hi, this is Mr. Bissonette. With today's episode, we are going to work with linear equations, linear functions. So we'll go ahead, get started, see what those look like, and then we'll kind of explain some of the details as we work through it. So with linear functions, we will start off with something that looks like f of x equals maybe 3/7 x minus 2. Now the instructions can be a couple different things. We might see something like f of 4 or compute if f of x equals 8. Now we have two different situations. With our f of 4, this is a pretty straightforward computational problem. We plug 4 into our x and we solve it down. Now here, if we say f of x equals 8, this is where more of our students tend to get stuck. And what we're thinking about is read it out loud and listen to what the math says. This says f of x equals 8. And when we read it like that, we realize, well, what does f of x equal in this case? F of x will equal 8. So we'll have 8 equals 3/7 x minus 2. So currently we aren't solving this part, we're just going to solve this part here. Now, we always are either following PEMDAS or we're undoing PEMDAS. If we are computing a problem, we're going to follow PEMDAS. If we are solving for a variable, we're going to go the reverse of PEMDAS. So what that means is I'm going to start with my adding and subtracting, see if there's any adding and subtracting in the problem, and then I'm going to do the opposite of. Well, in this problem, we have minus 2. There's our subtracting. The opposite of minus 2 is going to be adding 2. What we do to one side, we'll have to do to the other. So our 8 plus our 2 is going to be 10 equals 3/7 x. Now notice there is no longer any adding and subtracting in the problem. Well, again, we're still going the reverse. We come to multiplying and dividing. When we have a number next to a variable, one of the things that we assume a little bit is that that is multiplication. You have a couple different ways to think about it. Currently it's 3/7 times x. You can think of it as dividing by 3/7. And again, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Or if you're kind of a step ahead of the game, you can think about just simply multiplying it by the reciprocal. Why does that work? Because that turns our 3 times our 7 is 21, 7 times 3 is 21, so we have 21 over 21, which will then be 1. 1 times x gets that variable by itself. If you're still struggling to see what's happening there, what we're saying is 10 divided by 3/7. And then if you want to take that extra step, keep change flip. So we're going to have 10 times 7 over 3. And this is why multiplying by that reciprocal works. 10 over 1. 10 divided by 1 is 10, and then we simply multiply straight across. So 10 times 7 is going to be 70, and 1 times 3 is going to be 3, so we're going to get 70 over 3 equals our x. You can place this into a simplified fraction. 3 does not go into 70, so we could just leave it like that. Or you can place it into the mixed number if you'd like. But currently for class, that would be great. All right, I'm going to give you another problem here and give you a chance to practice this. Say we have f of x equals 4/3 x plus 5. And let's say solve when f of x equals 4. So we'll go ahead, give you a chance if you want to try to solve this. Looking at those steps from the problem previously, feel free. Feel free to pause the video at this point in time, and then we'll go over it. Alright, if you're hitting play, that means you've given it your best shot. If you make a mistake, that's okay. That's part of the learning process. We'll see if we can figure out what we got to do to be able to solve this problem. So again, this says f of x equals 4, so I'm going to replace this f of x with 4 in the problem. And also, again, we're going to do the reverse of PEMDAS, so we're going to start with our adding and subtracting. Notice here we have a plus 5. So we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. 4 minus 5, this is going to be negative 1. Negative 1 is going to equal our 4/3 x. We have a fraction greater than 1 here, 4/3. If you want to think about the long way, you can think about the long way. If you kind of like the shortcut and think about multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of 3/4, that would be great. And so in this case, you're going to get x equals -3/4. Now, I have a lot of students that ask this question, does it matter where this negative goes? It could go on the top, it can go on the bottom, it can even come out in front of the problem. Those are all equal. Now, if you want to be 100% correct in writing the answer, the way we would write the answer for this problem would be f of -3/4 is going to equal 4. So again, this is solving linear functions. Where sometimes we are given a value to compute, and sometimes we're given a value to solve for. This would be the case where we're solving for that value. Again, I hope you like this. Feel free to put any questions, if you have any questions, down in the comments, and we'll work on getting those answered for you. Thank you.